In this video, we're going to take a look at assignment 1. So assignment 1 comes in two parts. Let's take a look at the first part. So to look at your assignments, you go to your Web Campus, your course page, and go into assignments. And assignment part 1 is on creating the infographic. So you will go to the link that was provided to you in your class 1 folder and go to PictoChart, right? Use the tool that's given to you there. And then you would go into assignments. But before, like I mentioned in the previous video, in the intro video, before you just go in and create an infographic with all the lovely tools, you want to gather your research information first. First of all, determine what your theme is. Second of all, think about what your topic is, and think about where you're going to get information from that topic. Make sure that it's factual, that it's accurate, that it's true, and that they come from reliable sources. And then you want to keep a list of these sources that you got your information from. Okay, for example, if your infographic is going to be about the benefits of drinking coffee, okay, make sure that you do research from reliable, good, credible sources, and then keep track of, what these sources are, and then you'll be adding that to your infographic at the bottom. Okay, so for your assignment, you're required to create an infographic using PictoChart based on the topic that you have chosen. Okay, so this topic must be relevant to your theme. So for example, if my theme is coffee, then my topic for my infographic can be the benefits of drinking coffee. Okay, in a future assignment, if you're creating a newsletter, maybe you want to talk about different types of coffee, or where coffee is grown in your newsletter. Maybe for your animation video, you want to talk about, the different kinds of coffee shops, or maybe you want to make a movie about a coffee farm. Okay, so everything that must then be related to the theme, the overall theme, which is coffee. And now I talk about coffee, but it could really be anything that you're passionate about: coffee, or soccer, or basketball, or sailing, or golf. Okay, so anything that you want to stick to for the whole course, for this whole semester. When creating this infographic, make sure that your infographic must be educational and informative. So I don't want, infographic just with pictures of coffee cups and no information, or it's not educational at all. Okay, so it must have something that you're trying to teach the people who are reading your infographic. Okay, and you must please submit this by Friday. So for this infographic, you have to meet the following criteria. The look and the feel of the project should be above average of high quality. The message of your infographic should be clear. What are you trying to inform your audience about? And is it clear? It should convey the message at a glance. The combination of your text and your images should make it clear to the audience what you're trying to talk about. Okay, and all images should highlight the topic. So if you're going to talk about the benefits of coffee, maybe you want to have pictures of coffee, or pictures of, a healthy heart, or someone exercising, or something like that. All has to do with the topic that you're talking about. So you don't want to, have a picture of a sunflower just because you like a sunflower when you're talking about coffee, right? So you want to make sure that all the pictures are carefully chosen to kind of support what you're saying in your infographic. Your content should be based on research and use reputable, that means credible, good sources. And only use data that's relevant to your infographics message. So if you're talking about the benefits of coffee, you don't want to talk about also how much you love Starbucks or Second Cup, or something else that's not related to the health topics of coffee. Okay, make sure that you credit your sources, and make sure that you use simple graphics that tie to your data. Okay. And you should let your graphics tell the story when possible. Okay, it's an infographic, so the pictures, the graphics in the picture, in your infographic, should be telling the story. Okay, and it should not contain any spelling errors. Okay, so make sure that you do a double check for typos. After you have created your infographic, please post it on Web Campus Discussion Infographics. So here we go. Discussion is over here. Okay, and you must post it here and you must share it. Okay, you are required to. And this has to be done by Friday, right after you submit it. So to submit, you go here, click on it, and then you would go to browse for your file here, and then you would submit. All right. So that is part one. Part two is after Friday, after you have submitted it, you should take a look at your classmates' work as well, and you have to answer reflective questions. So please answer the following questions in length. So the total should be 1.5 pages. Font size should be 11 in single space. So the things that you're going to talk about is, what did you learn about the process of making an infographic? What did you learn in this week as you're doing your assignment? And you have to look at your classmates' infographic. So which of your classmates' infographic did you like? And why did you like that infographic? Think of the reasons. It could be based on these reasons or on your reading. What did you think was good about your classmates' infographic? Just one of them. You just have to pick one. And then what would you do differently next time you create an infographic? Say you had another chance to create the infographic, the same one or a different one. What would you do different next time? Next, part B. So compare your presentation to the criteria. So look at your assignment, look at your infographic, and take a look at this criteria here and compare it. How do you think you did? And I want you to give yourself a mark out of 5. Okay? And don't worry, this mark has nothing to do with the mark that I'm going to assign you. I am going to mark it based on, my own judgment, my own criteria on how I think you did on your assignment. But I want you to also mark yourself. So just because you gave yourself a 5 out of 5 doesn't mean that I will give you a 5 out of 5. And if you mark yourself low, if you think that you did poorly, you give yourself 1 out of 5 because you're unhappy with it, it doesn't mean that I will give you a 1 out of 5. Okay, so your mark doesn't affect my mark at all. I just want you to kind of assess yourself, evaluate yourself, think about how you did. And then after that, write a brief rationale, so some reasons, making reference to the criteria here about why you gave yourself that mark. So if you gave yourself a 5 out of 5, explain to me why you think you did so great. If you gave yourself a 1 out of 5 or a 2 out of 5 or just a 3 or 4 out of 5, talk about why you gave yourself that mark and what did you think, why did you not give yourself full marks? What did you think you were lacking in, and what can you do different? Okay? And that is your reflective questions. And this will be a part 2 for all of the assignments that you'll be doing in the future as well. Okay, so after doing your assignment, I really want you to look back on your assignment, how you did, what you did, and compare it to others and compare it to your expectations.